the dice. Oh my god! It rolled a nat one. I don't know what that says, but it literally landed on the one, so that's a good sign. Today, I'm going to be using D&D dice to design props. I'm an aspiring concept artist, and I need to work on my prop portfolio, so I thought this would be a fun way to go about that. The rules are not that crazy. I'm just going to roll the d20, get a theme, and use that theme to go through the prop design process. I made a list of different themes, so if you want to take a look at that and try this for yourself, go ahead. This is not an original idea. I have seen multiple people use D&D dice to make art before. I just thought, why not use it to design props, because that's something I want to work on. I just wanted to take a sec to show off the dice that I'm using for this. It's the dice that I'm actually using for the current D&D campaign I'm in right now. I'm playing this character Vaughn. She's super sick. It's a space-themed campaign, and that's my first time playing an artificer, so I'm very, very excited. Okay, we got me on the dice cam, which is me literally just holding my phone because that's the budget we're at right now. It's time to roll the dice. Okay, 16. We got medical. That will be interesting. Okay, this will be fun. This will be fun. Okay, so at this stage, I really want to just really roughly draw and explore different props that I can just think about that are medical props that I could design. It's really rough ideas just to be like, okay, here's medical props. Which one do I actually want to go all the way with designing? And they really will not be that detailed or crazy. It's just I'm putting ideas down on the page. So I'm thinking things that are actually like medical stuff that you can use. I think I'm going to explore the actual like items that doctors properly use. And then I'm also going to explore things like clipboards or stuff that is just general that when you think medical or hospitals that might be in there. And just look at it all on a page and really think, okay, these are kind of the ones that I want to move forward with. I'm gonna say it now, these designs are rough. They're not even designs yet. They're just, here's an option. It's there. Is it good? Not yet. Let's go with not yet, okay? Okay, very clearly that little thing in the top right corner is a pill bottle. If anyone says otherwise, you're wrong. Okay, I've actually just finished 16 items and I feel like that is a perfect amount actually because we rolled 16. So I really like the needle and I really like the crutches. So I'm gonna move forward with different drafts of both of them because I think they both can be really interesting. And then from there decide which one I'm gonna finalize. All right, so we have side crutch and we have side needle. So at this stage, I'm going to be exploring just different types of needles and crutches and different silhouettes for them and see where that goes. Part of the reason why I was having such a tough time deciding between the needle and the crutches is because I had such a vivid idea of characters in my head already that could possibly use these. Okay, so I just finished the needles and already I'm really liking them and I'm nervous moving on to the crutches because I'm gonna fall in love with them as well. Okay, so during this process, I'm really trying to think about what characters have these items and what stories are kind of building the prop and what the props have been through to make them their own little character prop. I'm thinking about who owns these, what do they do with these? Do they get injured a lot that they need them? Maybe they use them for other people. Maybe it was given to them. Like, what is this prop's story? Okay, so I finished these drafts here. They're very rough, but already I'm seeing the characters that are in here and I'm really liking some of them. For example, this first crutch, while right now it's not that crazy, I think maybe it was a kid who was bullied a lot, so he designed his crutch that he uses so much when he gets hurt to have stickers and friendship bracelets and things on it to make it his own. And then this needle down here, I was thinking it could be like futuristic sci-fi alien thing where the aliens got some kind of venom into the spaceship's crew and this needle has the cure inside of it. And on it, there's like lights and writing and things that say what's inside the needle and what percentage is left in the needle and whether it's usable or not, stuff like that. But the one that I think I'm gonna go with, and this was a tough choice, is this one here, because I picture it as there is a god or goddess who is the god of medicine, and they save people by actually using medical items that doctors use, except it's more powerful. So I think I'm gonna go with that one. I got really tired, so I went to bed, and now I'm back. Before I got off last night, I showed my roommate the designs that I had so far, and she let me know that this little piece right here was facing the wrong way. So I need to fix that. Thank you, my platonic husband. Her Instagram is below. So right now, while I'm working on the drafts, I really want to pay attention to really pushing the needle shape and looking at different types of needles, like needle guns, or for example, like Silco's eye needle gun thing from Arcane. That's a super cool needle design. So I really want to push the shape and like idea of how the needle functions. So I'm going to be focusing on that, and also taking a look at how godly items look. So like different weapons they use, or staffs and stuff, and then also vials and like potion bottles, because those really resemble needles as well. So while I'm working on this, I think I'm gonna try and play around with different kinds of architecture as well. So like cathedral, Greek, maybe some Aztec even as well, just to kind of play around with the idea of who the god could be and where they're from, and really show that through the needle. I'm even thinking about maybe incorporating some stained glass. I think that could be really pretty in one of them. So while I'm working on this, I actually think I'm gonna stick with the original needle look rather than like a vial and a needle or a needle gun. I tried to explore those options, but just didn't really end up vibing with them. So I'm just gonna go with the regular needle look and just push the shapes on that. Also, while I'm doing this, the yellow liquid is just a placeholder. It's just to show where the liquid is in these sketches, so that I can keep that in mind. Remember to drink water. Okay, so now we're gonna pick the favorite child and maybe Frankenstein some together. Let's see. Okay, so firstly, G, that's a no from me. It was the first one I drew and I'm just not vibing with it. I went for this kind of vial in the needle thing and it's just not happening. F, I really like the bottom of it, the little part that leads to the actual needle part, but the rest of it is just kind of boring. E, love the stained glass. I think that that is so cool, except the top is kind of boring, so I want to explore more with that if I move on with this one. D, the Greek thing is really cool. The overall silhouette is really nice, but the top is kind of boring as well, right here. And I think it just could be cooler. I don't know. It is pretty cool though, out of the roster that we have. C, I tried to go for this plant thing. I don't like it, so die. B, it's like an Aztec kind of style thing. I think it's cool. I just think there's too many little block pieces that are kind of like Lego-y, just stuck together. I'm not really vibing with it. A, really cool. It's supposed to be Egyptian. I feel like there's too much going on though, so I'm not really vibing with that one either. And I think I'm gonna go with E, the stained glass, because I just think that that is a really interesting thing to go about. And I'm gonna maybe play around with the bottom of F onto that one. And yeah. All right, now that we have chosen our favorite, we are going to kill the rest and move on with this one. While I'm working on this, I'm thinking that the character who has this is a god who's actually very introverted. They're very shy. They don't really like to talk to people that much. unless they are helping them. They really love medical stuff and using their god abilities to heal people and help people, but they don't really like hanging around people. So they're very shy, and they also happen to be very scary looking. Kind of like how cathedrals are very big and intense and can kind of be a little intimidating. I think that this character would be very scary looking upon first meeting them, but then you realize that they're just like this person who just wants to help you and is a little nervous to talk to anyone, and they're actually really sweet. So I think this character really has a kind of don't read a book. What? Don't judge a book by its cover. Don't read a book. Don't read a book. Don't read. Oh my god. What I'm realizing while I'm doing this is I think the bottom being so short and not as detailed is actually adding to the design. So I might actually just keep it really tiny. Okay, so I think we're done with the sketch design, and now we can move into the rendering. I got tired again. We're back. Day 3. It is time to render. So let's get into that. While I'm working on this, I really want to keep the symmetrical look it has in mind because I think that works really nicely with this prop. But I also want to be able to break it a little and remember to make it look a little used. I really want the stained glass to be super colorful, so I'm gonna try and keep the rest of it pretty neutral and not have too much color differences going on. I haven't decided if I want it to be stone or like a kind of silver yet to have a shine or not. I'm thinking that the stone might be better because it will be less shine. And it'd also be really cool if our character is made out of that stone as well, and they match. So maybe the character, whatever it was built from and had come from, all of the items that it works with were also from that thing. I think that's pretty cool. Wait. I've come to the realization that I don't know how to render stone, but I'm going to learn. This is probably the first time I've ever actually had to render stone before. At least like up close. And it's not in a super stylized like landscape or something. Like it's actually like I'm rendering the stone. So this is a journey. We will learn. We will prevail, and if we don't, we will remember our mistakes and keep them in mind next time. I have also come to realize that I don't know how to render glass. Or I haven't, at least in a very long time, had to render glass. So this is definitely going to be interesting. Stone and glass. This will be fun. Okay, we're doing it. I mainly draw characters. I don't really get into props, which is also why I'm doing this. I really want to practice doing props more and get into that. So this is very new to me. Do you ever get the feeling where you just want to like you just want to take a little bite of the art piece? Like there's something that you see and you're just like, I just want to have a little nibble, you know? I don't think that's just a me thing. I think that that's a collective artist thing, but there are several times that I've been drawing and it's just like, I want to take a bite. And it's never of like things that you can actually take a bite of. It's always like, oh, metal. It's like, oh, that's some good rendered metal. I want to bite that really quick, you know? I feel like that's a normal thing. I'm gonna say that that's a regular feeling to have. Alrighty, so here is the final look of the needle. If you guys enjoyed going through this design process with me, please leave a like and a comment and let me know what you liked about the video. It's my first time making a video like this, so I really want to know what you guys enjoyed about it. and I will see you in the next video.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. It's 2 a.m. Time to go to bed. Bye-bye.